Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. For today's number talk, we are looking at these two decimals and trying to figure out if the product is going to be less than 6 or more than 6. Go ahead and take a moment and solve this problem mentally, and then we will look at our answers together. So if we want to multiply these two, and we just need an estimate, it just needs to be either less or more than 6. So let's round these, and let's see if we can figure out what these are going to be. And if you notice that 2.01, if I were to round it like this, right, I'm going to look at my whole number, and that means the digit to the right is going to influence it. That digit to the right is not 5 or more, so it's going to stay at a 2, and really it's just going to end up being 2.00, which we can just say 2. Now, how do I know that? Well, if I were to use a number line here to represent what I'm doing, so I've got my two boundary numbers of the whole number below, the whole number above, and I've got my midpoint, right? So if anything is at or above that 2.5 or 2.50, then it's going to round up to 3. But look at this 2.01. I mean, it's going to go like basically it's going to look like it's right there, right on the line. So it's basically 2. And then the same thing kind of happens with this 3, right? So if I look at the whole number below and the whole number above, I've got 3.00, and let's make that a 4.00. My midpoint is 3.5. Look at that 3.5 is not quite as bad as that 3 point or that 2.01, but it's really, really close. So that is basically going to be 3.00. Or we can just say, all right, 2 times 3. 2 times 3, that's 6. But is it more than 6 or less than 6? Well, let's look at it like this. All right, so if I were to show it as a set of jumps, 2 times 3 is 2 sets of 3. Okay, so I've got one set of 3. It's going to go there. I've got, let's say, another set of 3. It's going to go to 6. So that's one way to represent 2 times 3. But I didn't really have 2 times 3. What I had was 2 and 1/100th sets of 3 and 5/100ths. So let's see if I can visualize that. So this first one is going to go just a little bit farther. And then this one is going to go a little bit farther again. And you can't really tell, but it's going to almost go up just a little bit because it's 2 and 1/100th times. So you noticed when I rounded both of these numbers down to make them fit into 2 and 3. So if I'm trying to figure out whether it's less than 6 or more than 6, I've got to add those back in at the end. And so my answer is going to be a little bit more than 6.